Man, who'd have thought dancing would be hard work? I certainly didn't. But I've made it to where I am now, and I'm probably gonna keep on reaching even further. Because I'm a ranged class. Sometimes I feel like I should try something new. Again. Well, I've got the solution for that. The Sage's Path. This is the 5th job that I've been wanting to put on my little Lalafell, my little stabby potato, my little red potato, my little angry potato, and my little Limson dancing potato. So yeah, how about we become a sage? Wonder what potatoes seasoned with sage would taste like. Today we're making sage roasted red popotos, otherwise known as lalafell. The most important ingredient in this dish is sage. If you don't have any in your kitchen, you can easily harvest some from Upper Lanosha if you have botany unlocked. Otherwise, your local market board will probably have some, for way too much. Start by chopping in half 1.5 pounds of petite red popotos. Make sure you slice in one swift motion to minimize the chance of them fighting back, and to minimize the mess you'll have to clean up later. Combine these into a bowl with some olive oil, or vegetable oil if you don't have any, pepper, salt, and a good helping of the main star of the show, sage. Mix or toss together until everything is evenly coated. Feel free to add more sage as you need it. Next, take a parchment-lined baking sheet and pour those suckers onto it in one even layer to prepare them to be roasted by their peers. And the oven, obviously. Speaking of the oven, they'll be going in at 400 degrees for 35 minutes. They're going to be wishing that they got tempered by Ifrit when they're done with this. Make sure to check on them every so often so that they don't burn too much. You don't want to hear too many cries of agony, only a few. Press the Lalafell button just before taking them out, and they'll end up looking like perfection. If not, they'll look just fine anyway because I saw the button on my microwave, and I just wanted to incorporate it in the skit somehow. After cooling for around 5 minutes, it's time to dig in. So let's see if this bit was a terrible idea after the taste test. That's pretty damn good. I think I might have used a bit too much salt, but yeah. Potatoes seasoned with sage is good. Let's go on ahead and season our own potato with sage now. Also, this is my lunch. I'm gonna enjoy it. Limsa, former disreputable haven for pirates, now one of the realm's finest city-states, boasting a peerless shipping industry and an enviable culinary culture. Oh, how it bustles, the tomes did not lie. Well, here I am, mother, in faraway Eorzea. I will complete this mission, just you watch. In your noble name and as first of my class, I will succeed. And afterwards, perhaps I shall invite our esteemed alumna Alice for tea at the Bismarck. I'll be the envy of everyone. Hey, did you say Alice? Ah! My apologies, good sir. I failed to notice you. I am Lala Jinjal, a native of Charlian. By your appearance, I assume you're an adventurer. Are you perchance well-traveled in Eorzea? I am, and I even know Alice. So you are, how very fortuitous. And Throat is your name, you say? I swear I heard it somewhere before. In any event, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. As for myself, I'm an operative on a mission from the Forum, our nation's governing body. This being my first time in Eorzea, I studied as best as I could in preparation, but there's no substitute for locals' knowledge. Thus, did I intend to hire an adventurer like yourself to serve as my escort. The mission is the pursuit of and capture of fugitives, and thus it will entail some danger. But you appear to be no stranger to such. Might you be willing to assist me in this endeavor? I'd be glad to give you the grand tour. Especially since you know Alice, eh? Wonderful! While I have some skill with the blade and can fend for myself, I shall be glad of your capable company. Now then, ere I divulge the particulars of my mission, should we head somewhere more private, perhaps outside the city, by the Zephyr Gate?
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you just ask me out? Forgive me if I seem overly cautious, but Didn't you have some other weapons by your side before? Anyway, but this mission is highly confidential. Were the wrong people to learn of it, my superiors would give me an earful. But I believe we may speak freely here, so permit me to brief you on the details. As I mentioned, I'm on the trail of fugitives, criminals who fled Charlian and came to these shores. Extremely dangerous individuals who have enhanced themselves via forbidden means which have rendered them unsound of mind. While in a state of delirium, one of their compatriots have committed murder. He died thereafter due to side effects of his enhancement, but 3 others remain at large and pose a threat to innocence. Their leader, a Vieira male, is also alleged to have stolen valuable technological secrets. By way of reference material, I've brought the soul crystal. Ooh, a soul crystal. Oh, it's hot, it's hot! What in the world? I've never known soul crystals to give off such heat before. Whew, it's finally cooled down, but what could have triggered that intense reaction? Not even at the studium did I ever witness such a thing, but maybe it was you? The technological secrets which were stolen were contained in a similar crystal. This particular sample has been loaned to me by a healing institute in Charlian. Tell me, Throat, in the course of your adventures, have you ever fervently wished to save someone? Pardon? But failed to do so despite your best efforts and afterward cursed your own powerlessness.
Oh, do not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
Archifant? Forgive me if my question was indelicate, but there can be no doubt. The soul crystal resonated with that desire within you. When I received the crystal, I was told that, should it respond in this manner to my Eorzean collaborator, I should entrust it to them, for the knowledge it imparts, the knowledge of the somnotics, would surely avail me in my mission. Developed at the studium, somnotics is a discipline which combines the wisdom of medicine, etherology, and sorcery, and those who have mastered it are called sages. Though through medicine, a sage grasps the working of the flesh, though through etherology he unlocks the secrets of the soul, and through sorcery he learns to manipulate the two. Thus trained, a sage has the capability to both strengthen and heal, yet by the same token he is also capable of the opposite, of causing harm. Not just anyone can take up the sage's art. No, one must be prepared to hold the lives of others in one's hands. Are you willing to bear such a burden, Throat? If you are, and would swear to use the art for good, then I shall entrust this soul crystal to you. Can it bring people back from the dead that were lost an expansion ago? No reason in particular. Anyway. So, have you come to a decision? Then I will bear witness to your pledge. Do you swear to use the sage's art for good and to wield its power to the best of your judgment and ability? Yes. Excellent. Chosen as you are by the crystal, I had faith that you would rise to the occasion. When those around you cry out for succor, the crystal shall be your ally, for it bears the wisdom of sages past and their hopes for the future. By hearkening to their whispers and following in their footsteps, you will come to embody those hopes, to save and change countless lives. Lest you worry how you will learn the art, I can provide guidance, to an extent in any case. During my time at the studium, I had the occasion to study somnotics, you see. While I wasn't gifted in spellcraft and came to favor steel, I remember the lessons and will share what I know. Together with the soul crystal, I shall provide you with a set of sage's garments. So go on, take up your crystal and don your attire, and we shall begin your training. Okay. And thus I have become a seasoned potato. And this is the sole reason I took the job, so I could make that pun. Because sage is a seasoning, and Lalafels are referred to as potatoes. That's it, that's the entire joke. Alright, I think I got everything set up. Let's go on ahead and put this on and see how I look. Interesting. You have anything in purple? Also, I look like a nerd. I see the crystal has imparted to you its knowledge, as expected. Excellent. You're ready to embark on your training, and naturally it begins with the armaments, a set of short staves known as Noliths. Noliths trace their roots to healers of Eld, who employed naturally occurring objects of power known as Adderstones. These stones, which harbor spiritual energy, were placed around the sick and ailing to create an etheric confluence through which the healer channeled his magics. From this primitive design, Noliths gradually evolved into their present form, while their construction is far more sophisticated, the basic principle remains unchanged. In practice, the sage wields Noliths as an extension of his mind, sending them darting through the air to weave the arcane patterns, through which he unleashes advanced magics. If they sound difficult to wield, well, it's because they are. Even the Studium's most talented require years of training to become proficient. But you have an advantage that transcends talent. The crystal has chosen you. Within its knowledge, the technique will come more naturally to you than others. Now, as much as I would like to have you try your hand at the Noliths at once, I've just received a promising intelligence from Command.
Okay.
Apparently our fugitives have taken themselves to Idleshire in the Dravanian hinterlands. Let us make our way there at once. We're going on a field trip. Seriously, do you have anything in purple? I cannot dye these. Oh my god. Also, I need some accessories. Hey, hope you don't mind. I took a detour to Kugane to get some accessories, and, I sort of changed back into my old clothes. Kept the glasses, though. So this is Idleshire. The tales do not do the place justice. Truly impressive what the goblins and their fellow scavengers have managed to build upon the roots of our colony. Ah! What happened to your clothes? Anyway, to the task at hand. As I mentioned before, we have the reason to believe that the fugitives have recently passed through this town, and may even still be here. For the sake of efficiency, I suggest we split up and search. I will see to the town south if you could tend to the north. Okay. God, feels like I've got something pulling on my back. I don't think I'm gonna get used to these things.
Help! Somebody please! I need help!
Did you hear that? That man is in trouble.
Look at me! When I'm talking to you!
Stop this at once! Well, we're dead. Oh, we got a shield. A sage's barrier? Oh, he had a barrier. Lafia.
Too many ears and eyes. We'd best leave.
I don't know who you are, and I don't care. Do not get in our way again. You've been warned. Wait! And they're gone. That was them, our fugitives. But why did their leader protect you? Such questions must wait. We must render aid to this man. Right. Are you okay, refined-looking gentleman who looks kind of dubious, but still seems like a good guy nonetheless? Thank you. Had you not intervened when you did, I dread to think what might have become of me. Permit me to introduce myself. Faldronet of Charlian at your service. Truly, I am Charlian too, a recent graduate of the Studium, in fact. Would you mind telling us what happened? Oh, that an alumna should come to my rescue. Thaliak watches over his own. As to what happened, what is there to say? I was going about my business when they set upon me, without warning or provocation. I see. What is your business, if you do not mind my asking? Healing. The provision of it, that is. I am a sage, you see, and I travel the realm providing treatment gratis to those who cannot afford it. A sage besides! Speaking of which, one of your assailants, the Fiera man, also wielded sage magic. Was he known to you? No, I had never so much as laid eyes upon him before. I do have an inkling, however, as to why the villains had come here. If they use the sage's art for ill, then their destination is like to be Saint Morcian's Arboretum. The Arboretum? What could they possibly seek in that abandoned place? Following the Exodus, the cultivation of certain plants became forbidden in Charlian, but that which can no longer be found in the motherland still grows freely there, among which are potent but dangerous herbs. I see. That does stand to reason, and dare say it was for your knowledge that the fugitives attacked you. You two are a sage, yet you do not appear to be Charlian. How did you come by your soul crystal?
She gave it to me.
The good people of Physis Technon had entrusted the crystal to me. and when it exhibited a strong resonance in Throat's presence, I in turn entrusted it to him. Then you were chosen to inherit. Is Ultimus Master Faldrene? No, 'tis nothing. I was but struck by the remarkable providence to have crossed paths with sages so far from home. Ours is a reclusive nation after all. Our policy is to observe, not intervene. This did not sit well with me, so I left Charlene behind, as the great Master Louis Schwab once did. And though I would never dare equate myself to him, I too believe it my duty to alleviate suffering in the world. So that's what brought you to Eorzea. You're a noble soul, Master Faldrene, and I commend your resolve. Well, I must return to the road. I thank you again for coming to my aid. Till next we meet, let us both endeavor to seek out new knowledge and possibilities for the betterment of mankind. He seems like a well-refined and sane person. Let us head to St. Mosian's Arboretum at once. Given what we know of the fugitives, I had considered that they might be after knowledge sealed in the Great Gubal Library, but Master Faldrene presents a compelling theory. And for an all-but-proven theory of my own, our quarry may have clearly enhanced themselves with sage magic. I'd suspect as much given what they stole, but the leader's actions earlier leave little room for doubt. Not that it gives us any greater insight into who they are or their ultimate goal. Regardless, to use the sage's soul crystal for ill is unforgivable, and I'll not rest until these criminals have been brought to justice. Right, to the Arboretum. Our mission aside, I dare say it will be an ideal place for your training. Oh, cool. I get to use these things as guns. Do you want to put on something else? I think your dress is gonna get moldy just by standing here. By the scholar, so this is made St. Mosian's Arboretum. For the illustrations, I did not think it would be so immense. It may interest you to know that this place holds special meaning to sages. From ancient strains to crossbred creations, myriad medicinal plants have been cultivated within its halls. Alas, in the wake of the Exodus 15 years ago, this once magnificent institution has fallen into ruin. Still, there's a certain charm in seeing nature reassert her dominion. Why, it must still be a veritable menagerie of rare wildlife within. I should like to spend a day studying them, field guide in hand. Forgive me, this isn't a field trip, but a mission. Our objective is to find the fugitives, and failing that, clues that will lead us to them. Please see to your preparations. A spot of practice with your spells would not go astray, and then we shall venture in. You have learned all the sage actions and traits to level 70. Detailed description can be viewed in your, in the tutorials. You said to practice, so, you're my target. Let's go. Cool. Alright, I think I got a grasp of things. Let's go. If you're ready, let us venture forth. Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event you are defeated, you will be able to try again. I assume this is because they expect you to not have played as a sage before, or maybe even as a healer before? If our assumption is correct, the fugitives have come and may still be here. Keep your eyes peeled and your guard up. These halls are home to dangerous creatures, and I will draw their attention, that you may focus on applying your techniques. Oh, cool. Ah, because you are a tank. To begin with, cast Cardia on me. This spell will establish a magical link between us. Ah, so this is a date. There we go. I guess this checkmark means I did good. Let us continue on, then. Sizable fiend ahead. I believe this calls for a barrier. It's time to augment your spells using Eucrasia and then cast Eucrasian Diagnosis on me. Okay. There we go. Seems simple enough. I think I'll do the same for me. Excellent. Now we may proceed with confidence. Let me reapply it. Wrong thing. There we go. Alright. Now to dose this the heck out of you. Oh, I wasn't targeting you. Okay. Oop, better heal ya. In fact, let me go on ahead and do this. There we go. Now I can see her health just fine. Nothing to note here. Let us head deeper into the Arboretum. Right, one of the things that being a healer is you gotta pay attention to the tank's health or everyone dies. You are the glue that keeps the group together. And if that glue is Elmer's glue, then everyone dies. Alright, eliminate the wildlife. Oh yeah, this would apply a barrier to everyone, wouldn't it? I have little floaty guns. Impressive to see how you would wield the no lifts. One would not think you were a novice. I also have that technique. It's neat. No fiends here, but what might this be? Some manner of plant seems to have been harvested here. I can't identify it by the remaining parts, however. There may be other clues nearby. We should investigate further. Well, let's look at the peculiar traces. Alright, that doesn't look like anything. What about this? An impression on the edge of the lily pad suggests someone knelt here, perhaps to draw water. What about this? More of the same plant taken. What could it possibly be? Resting at the bottom of the pool is an animal carcass overgrown with... Oh. Well, that thing is a part of nature now. Traces of ice. Someone recently fought here. A proficient wielder of magic. Ah, that black mage that was with them. The fugitives may be close. Be on your guard. Okay. Fugitives! In the name of the form, I demand you surrender yourselves at once. Of all the weapons to bear against us. No matter. I warned you once, and I won't warn you again. It's 3-on-2. You think we can handle him? I've got this. Stand back. Oh. Okay, so we're taking them on one at a time. There we go. That should help. Oh god. Okay. Just keep on blasting. Just keep on blasting. Oh wait, what's this? Oh god, they're coming after me. Okay. Ansel, that's enough. You mustn't lose your temper. Gotta make sure you're up to health. Oh god. Oh, what's this? Really? Wrong one. I keep thinking that's the single target version of that. Oh God. Okay. Oh! Okay, I was not expecting that. Oh dear. Well, at least there's checkpoints. I'm just gonna go on ahead and do normal difficulty again.
6.5 hours later.
There we go. I'm starting to get a feel for this healing business. I did it on my first try. Pay no attention to the failure of a couple minutes ago.
Lofia, we don't have time for this.
Loifa.
You held your own against the Enhanced. But that's enough sport for now. The mission takes precedence. Confound it, not again!
Oh, they left something. You want me to go give this to them, or, what's this? The patch they dropped contained a plant. What they came for, I shouldn't doubt. 'Tis some manner of herb, but none I've seen in the course of my studies. And as I made my way out, I also stumbled upon what appears to be a diary by the entrance. Though much of its contents are magically obfuscated, I could make out some nautical terms, so we may assume it belonged to a sage. As we continue our pursuit, I will work on lifting the enchantment. When you have a moment, please feel free to peruse the contents in Idleshire. On that note, let us head back to the settlement. All in all, my first foray as a sage was a complete success, with no failures whatsoever. I've dispatched the plant to Charlian for identification. When we learn what it is, I believe we will gain insight into the villain's objective. Now tell me, Throat, have you been practicing with the no-lifts while I wasn't looking? I ask because even with the crystal's knowledge, you demonstrated remarkable proficiency. Regardless, 'tis plain you have a gift for the art. The sages whose memories reside in the crystal must be beaming with pride. Though sometimes I can not help but wonder. If the sage's art was created for the betterment of mankind, then why does it incorporate techniques which inflict harm? And the fugitives? What could have compelled them to spurn our homeland's prescribed policy, as Master Louis Soir and Master Faldrenet have? But I've mused to no avail. It will be a while before we hear back regarding the plant. Until we do, please take the opportunity to continue honing your skills. As you go about your training, remember to heed the voices within your soul crystal. Do so, and your predecessors will certainly grant you the wisdom to protect those who you hold dear. A Diary of a Sage is now available for perusal. More entries will become legible as you progress through the story. There we are. Sage quest complete. And we are now a seasoned potato. But there's more story that we need to take care of, but we'll definitely be taking care of that, much, much later down the line. And besides the pun, there's also an ulterior motive for getting a healing job. I just wanted to go with Sage because it's obviously set at level 70, so I don't have to do too much off-screen stuff to get it up to snuff. Anyway, that's it. I'm out.